An opportunity of having a CBG program in the past. We had some ladies from Dar es Salaam, they had come, they had conducted the programs and even assisted and guided in the career program. So I would like to request Shabbir to come forward, give us a brief update on how CBG operates and to share with us some more information under the capacity building.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ربي اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي امري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. Respected Chairman of Kigali Jamaat and my brother Al-Hajj Ali Bhai Manji, respected Managing Committee members, my elders, brothers, sisters, and not forgetting the beloved young kids. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Surely, all praise is for Almighty Allah, who has blessed us with enormous bounties. Some of them might we be forgetting often. And a good example is the bounty of breath that we take right now, without which I wouldn't be standing here. So Alhamdulillah ila kulli hal. On the same note, we are in the Ayam Fatimiyya. So मैं वक्त के इमाम की खिदमत में हम सब की जानिब से ताज़ियत पेश करता हूँ और दुआ गो हूँ कि अल्लाह पाक हम सब को बकी की ज़ियारत नसीब फरमाए और हम सब की दुआ से ऐसे असबाब फराहिम फरमाए कि हम अपनी हयात में बीबी का रोज़ा जाके अपनी आँखों से देख सकें इंशाअल्लाह. I have brought salams from the Chairman of Africa Federation, Al-Hajj Amin Bhai Nasser. उनसे आज शाम को बात हो रही थी. He has extended salams and duas to you. And on the same note, I am actually privileged, humbled, touched, and when I am talking, I am having goosebumps. I don't know if you are aware, I was sharing with Ali Bhai. It has really touched my heart to see such a center. Why? I'll tell you the reason. I was the last person, fortunately or unfortunately, who winded up the mahfil that was existing here 25, 26 years ago. I don't know आप में से कितने लोग वाकिफ़ हैं, लेकिन यहाँ एक महफिल हुआ करती थी किसी के घर पे और हम सब जो अभी यहाँ हो रहा है वहाँ क्या करते थे वफ़ात खुशहाली. There was a small community and unfortunately that family had to leave. लेकिन वक्त के हालात ऐसे थे क्योंकि उनके पासपोर्ट के उनके थे तो वो ज़्यादा कुछ कर नहीं सकते थे. But being a foreigner, मेरे पास एक्सेस था कि मैं वो घर में जाऊँ और पूरी महफिल डिसेंबल करूँ ताकि कोई बेअदबी ना हो जो लोग आएंगे. And literally we left that house as it was with the exception of mahfil things. So when I see this, it touches my heart, honestly. May Allah grant you a long life. What you have done is beyond the words, beyond what I was expecting. I met Ali Bhai in Dar es Salaam for Africa Federation and he was telling me about this. But as I entered the facilities that I saw, I've just seen the front part, but the sports facility and these are the centers we want for our Jamaats. This is what we want for our Jamaats. So Alhamdulillah. But then my question comes, yes, we have increased in number, we have grown in number, Alhamdulillah. But is that our goal? क्या हमारा हदफ और मकसद यही है कि हम ज़्यादा तादाद में बढ़े? Is that our goal? I think our goal is strong faith, effective services for our members, and resilient community because of the challenging times of the world and the challenges that we are facing. Yeah? And for that, we need to have vision. We need to plan ahead. Okay? And capacity building, Jolly Bainika, the board which I am chairing, or all the boards of Africa Federation, our main aim is to support various services that a community member will need. Chahe health ho, I don't know if you are aware, but you must be getting the circulars. For example, right now we have for ladies especially, breast cancer awareness, and we are sharing the real stories of the community ladies who have gone through it. Okay, so that may Allah protect us all. But if any family members feminine part goes through that, there is already a moral support that yes, I can fight it out. The same way, capacity building. I don't know how much you are aware about capacity building, but if we look at Khoja communities worldwide, wherever we are, be it Sayed, be it just we have invested so much into creating centers, but have we invested in human resources? I don't think so. Have we invested in our volunteers? Have we invested in the people who are giving services to the community? It's a challenge. But we have to go with the times which are prevalent now, and we need to empower and create such a community which is ready, inshallah, to receive Imam of the time, and we can fight out any battles that come. It's not about sword battles only. Okay? And how do we do that? That's where the capacity building comes in. And Alhamdulillah, Allah's plans are great. When I entered here and I heard Sayyid's Majlis, I said, Alhamdulillah, his plans are beyond words. Sayyid was talking about Qawlan Sadida. But in Quran there are so many calls. There is Qawlan Baliga, there is Qawlan Karima, there is Qawlan Maysura. Okay? So basically, Islam, if it's a way of life, it does not only teach us rituals, it teaches us how to live. One good example is this communication skills. That is where the capacity building comes in. We try to empower. ऐसा नहीं है कि आप लोग बात नहीं कर सकते. No, maybe, in fact, I'm sure you talk far better than I do. But there are skills that are needed. Okay, when you are addressing someone, what skills would you use? And I'll give you an example just for a lighter moment. I was sharing with my brother yesterday. मेरे वालिद जो थे, all the age that I grew up, I never heard him tell my mother कि जाओ चाय बना के लाओ. वो ये बोलते थे चाय मिले तो सुकून हो जाए, चाय मिले तो ताकत आ जाए, चाय मिले तो थकान उतर जाए. And my mother would stand up and go and make tea. मेरी शादी को 25 साल हो गए. And I can share this because my wife is not here. मैं बोलता हूँ चाय मिले तो मजा आवे, तो मेरी अहलिया बोलती है मुझे भी मजा आ जाए, बनाएगा कौन? Okay? So these are the skills. How do we engage? How do we communicate? How do we do conflict resolution? Conflict is a common part of human being's life. In fact, to me, conflicts are healthy because they show you the other side that you might have missed. But how do we resolve amicably? It's not possible. No, there is a Jamaat where there is no conflict. Not possible. But we can sit and resolve amicably. Okay? In fact, we have conflicts between the couples. We have marital mediation. The couples that want to live together, there's a conflict every day. Okay? If I give example, my own child, I'm a career counselor by profession, but by ethics I cannot do counseling for him. I had to send him to 3 children, 3-story counselors, so that he could get the counseling, which career he wants to choose. When I was in school, nobody asked me what you want to be. I decided my way and I went. Alhamdulillah. But times are changing. तो क्या हम अपने बच्चों को, अपने आप को तैयार कर रहे हैं for the coming times? That is where the capacity building comes in. We don't add anything. We just polish the skills you have so that we become better as a community as a whole. And that's the role of capacity building. Okay? Just for your awareness, I'm being mindful of the time. I'll add one topic that we commonly cover, and which is taboo or stigma, या शायद वो चीज़ के बारे में हम जानते हुए भी बात नहीं करते, which is mental health. True or not? How many of us, जिसको भी आप मिलो, कैसे हो, और जवाब क्या होगा? ठीक है. Common? Okay? But if you wait 1 second more, look them into eyes and say, really, आप ठीक हो? Then you will see the Pandora box opening. True or not? Okay? So the idea is we are so much on autopilot that we are missing, either because of the culture or because of not knowing, not being aware, we are missing on the important things that we need to grow as a community. Mental health is one of them. is the greatest challenge of the time. I'll share some statistics so you become aware. The leading cause of death between 15 to 29 years old, second leading cause worldwide, is suicide. Okay? Why would a person commit suicide? Why would a youth commit suicide? Okay? The leading cause of disability worldwide is depression and anxiety. Okay? Every 40 seconds, look at these statistics. Every 40 seconds, we lose one life to a suicide. Well, in the world, 40 seconds. That means the time we have spent here, I don't know how many lives are gone. And for every life lost, there are 20 attempts. यानी अगर एक ने खुदकुशी कर ली और वो अल्लाह न कर लेकिन उसकी लाइफ एंड हो गई, there were 20 attempts which failed for other people. Do you understand the gravity of mental health? How much is the need of the time? And where does it come from? From the good things that we use. I don't deny these things, they are helpful, we need to use. But do we have time to have the... Because कभी कभार हम जब ये ऐसी बातें करते हैं तो याद है इतने साल तो जी रहे हैं, इतने साल लिए कहाँ था? When I grew up, I knew my parents would sit together and talk to each other. Right now, I sit with my family in the sitting room, but everybody is talking to somebody who's not in the sitting room. आप सब अच्छे लोग हो, इंशाल्लाह. I hope it's not happening at your place, but it happens at my place. Okay, what does it do? It makes you isolated. When you are isolated, greater chances of going through mental health because you cannot share. We are social animals created for sharing. Okay, so these are the programs that we run. Coming to mental health, really, I want to emphasize this topic so much. Again, you are a Jamaat that is growing, but I know where I come from. We have youths who are literally suicidal. We have girls who are literally cutting themselves with razor blades, harming themselves, and this is the reality of our community, jahan bhi ho. It's not about whether you are from India or Pakistan or Dar es Salaam or I don't know where. The idea is we are all in the same boat. We are going through this. There is information overload on the brain of human being at this point. Before, maybe at the most you could hear there is a war in Palestine and it was done. Now you see those photos. You like it or not, your brain has so saved those photos. Okay? When you see anything similar to that, if that was very traumatic to you, already it triggers you. You go into that mode again. You start feeling as if it's happening now. What happens? Your mental health starts to deteriorate. But if we are the community whereby we cannot talk issues sensitive like mental health because of stigma, because शायद मुझे ऐसा से कम करिए कि मैं बोलूँगा तो सब क्या सोचेंगे. The person who suffers is me. Okay? And the challenge is like mental health, it's not one person who suffers. The whole family dynamic dwindles around it. Okay? That person, imagine if he's a bread earner, that means the whole family has gone down. If he's a student, if we don't have open communication with our children, what happens? They find alternative mechanism to be heard. हमारे पास टाइम नहीं है because हम busy है, तो वो और रास्ते ढूंढते हैं क्योंकि दोस्तों के साथ वो बात नहीं कर रहा कि मुझे दर्द हो रहा है या मेरे घर में हर रोज मेरी अम्मी और अब्बू का झगड़ा है. He can't say that. What he will do? He will find alternative methodology. That is where the drugs, I don't know, gambling come into play. Big problem in our community again. Okay? It's not that there is no human being who's bad. कौन से parents ऐसे जो खराब तरबियत देंगे अपने बच्चे को? हम सबको चाहिए कि हमारे बच्चे अच्छे रास्ते को इंशाअल्लाह, isn't it? लेकिन कुछ बच्चे फिसल जाते हैं ना. क्यों फिसल जाते हैं? उनके माँ बाप खराब थे, not necessarily. I don't think so. The idea is if we don't address, if we don't break the barriers, we don't address the barriers of mental health discussion with our children. Are you stressed today? What is happening? आज आपके मुंह क्यों बराबर नहीं लग रहा? क्या हुआ है? कोई प्रॉब्लम है? स्कूल में क्या हुआ? किसी को मिले थे? क्या हुआ? These are the discussions we should have with our youth so we can address these issues. And this is just one simple example. Okay? But look at the statistics. If every 40 seconds we are using a youth, that means it's worldwide. It's in our communities as well. Okay? What measures are we taking? Islam is not ritual, and you know better than I do. It's a way of life. That means it should encompass everything that I do in my life. Okay? So capacity building comes into play, whereby we take those material, we even seek consultation with Maulana and Quranic ayat and so, and we empower you the same Islamic way, which is, we heard, the only problem is, or the only difference is, we don't do lectures. We bring activities, we involve you, we brainstorm. Our methodology is facilitation. So it's not that you learn from us only, but we learn from each other. Because there are things that you don't know that we don't know. Or you know we don't know. And by facilitation, we grow as a community. So with that, again, I extend the invitation on behalf of Africa Federation that any support that you require, we are here. Any avenue, be it child growth, be it parenting, be it conflict resolution, be it communication skill. Let's be very honest, हम अपने बच्चों को मर्सी मुनाजात तो सिखा देते हैं, वो आप यहाँ पढ़ देते हैं. लेकिन कितने बच्चे हमारे, अगर आप माइक दो और बोलो पब्लिक को एड्रेस करो तो कर सकते हैं. Don't you think it's need of time that they can put their debate out there? कल यूनिवर्सिटी में जाएंगे, वहाँ कुछ अगर जिद्दोजहद हुई, how will they stand up? You know, so these are the things that capacity building does, and one of the programs that is very close to my heart is mental health. And I invite you that just think about it, because being a human is not about surviving, it's about thriving. Human being is the only creation. When Allah created, He said, "Fatabarakallahu ahsanul khaliqin." Okay, He didn't say that when He created moon. So we are the best of creation. Then that means we should thrive, we should not survive. And for that, we need to change some coping mechanism, some strategies, create bonding. Centers like this. I was just talking to Alibay on the way, and he said, when we go out, we meet people. It's so nice. You gather together because we are one. When we gather together, we can ask, but we need to break the shackles of stigma around the topics we can't talk. We need to build trust among each other. ऐसा नहीं किसी ने मुझे उसकी फैमिली की बात कही मैं पूरे टाउन में जाकर बताऊं. The idea is the amana that I'm being given. सिर्फ मेरे से बात करने के अगर उसका दिल हल्का हो जाता है तो why not? You know. But how do I preserve that amana? And these are the things that capacity building does. So without taking much time, I know you all must be exhausted. You have been working all day. But again, I extend the invitation from Africa Federation for anything that your community needs to thrive, not only survive. Africa Federation is here. Capacity building is here. I know it might look very simple, but when you sit in those programs, you will understand the depth of it. We don't have rocket science. We have the same things that you hear in Majalis. The only challenge is we make you put into practice so it becomes part of it. Okay? So again, I thank the chairman and the committee members and all of you for your time and listening to me, giving me opportunity at a very short notice. I know it must be hard, but still you manage it. Thank you ever so much. If any of you comes to Dar es Salaam, please, you have a home there. I live there, Karibu Sana. And inshallah, we look forward to work with you in a better way, in more connected way, with more often programs and activities, so that as a community we thrive. I ask Almighty to accept our efforts and inshallah give us tawfiq to learn from each other. With that, Jazakumullah khair. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. With the permission of Chair,
what activities do you suggest we can do here for participating as a suggestion?
So, honestly, that sport is one thing. क्योंकि we are sure our बच्चे यही हैं. At least तो अपनी ही सोबत में है. It's our values, our culture. Very good. This gathering already is good enough because I meet my friends. कब मिलूँगा मैं उनसे? I meet community members. So that's again very good. Okay. I was sitting there and actually I was waiting that I stand up and read this. Okay. So these are the projects. They might appear small to us, but they are not small. You see, sometimes we undermine the efforts of others. एक बच्चा जब स्कूल से फुटबॉल खेल के आता है, एक गोल डाल के, उसके लिए उसने दुनिया फतह कर ली. The only problem is when he comes and holds my hands and says, "Papa, I scored a goal." I say, "It's okay." Why? Because I'm busy earning for you. Is that time really he wants earning or he wants my attention? You understand? So such activity. Let's actively listen with each other. Let's have empathy for each other. That is the biggest thing you can do. How you do it could be through what, I don't know your old programs, but could be Quran Tafsir, could be the majalis like this, could be projects like this, could be sports, with children and you gather and just sit around. Could be board games, could be discussion on Quranic ayats and reflections. Yeah? So such things. This is just what, because I don't know what are all the activities you do, but anything we can support you, inshallah we are there. Yes. If there's no question, thank you very much. Jazakumullah khair. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.